think one of the hardest lessons that I have had to learn in my life, which also happens to be some of life's greatest wisdom that unfortunately gets overlooked or just downright ignored, but is absolutely essential in us living lives where we can truly flourish, is this. Now, this might come as a little bit of a surprise simply because it's not your typical light and love type of advice, but it is advice that if you are willing to follow it, I can promise you it changes everything. And the advice is this: take the time to grieve. Now, when I say grieve, I'm not just talking about grieving the loss of a loved one, which certainly that's part of it, but I'm also talking about grieving an identity loss after a career ends, or grieving all of the unmet expectations around what you thought your life was going to look like, or where you expected to be by now in your life, or grieving the loss of a way of life that you experienced with your partner before kids entered the picture. The point is, where there is loss, there is grief. And taking the time to honor it matters deeply. Francis Weller, in his book, The Wild Edge of Sorrow, said it best when he said, "Grief is the wild alchemy that transmutes and transforms our pain and suffering into a seed, and then it plants that seed into fertile soil so that we can have new life." Because the truth is, unprocessed grief, it doesn't just disappear. It calcifies, it hardens our heart. And the sweetness of life, it becomes bitter, or worse, tasteless. But when you do give yourself the permission and take the time to grieve the losses of your life, from my experience, the depth in which you're willing to touch and to feel into your grief, it creates the height of your capacity to love, to laugh, and to feel alive once again. So if you've experienced some loss in your life, and whether you feel the grief immediately or whether it surfaces a year from now, throw away the stories that say you should be stronger than this or you should have moved on by now, and take the time to honor the grief. Because from my experience, it will always lead you home.